Hi my loves, today I'm going to be doing my foundation routine. This is just what works for me and how I do my foundation. I do this every day. It does take a long time for me just to do my foundation. My face is really easy to do, like my eyes, all that stuff, super easy. It's my foundation that takes the longest, that and my eyebrows. But I'm just going to go over some tips and tricks before I get into the video. I think first off, it's very important to moisturize your face. Always, always, always moisturize your face. I feel that if you do not have good skin, then your foundation will not look good because you need a good canvas. Your face is like a canvas, pretty much. You're painting your face. If you don't have a very good, nice flat canvas, obviously it doesn't work. So I think it is very good to have a good skincare routine. And yeah, if you break out, obviously no one can prevent breakouts, but if you try to, just take really good care of your skin. My second tip is to moisturize. Moisturize, moisturize. Always have a moisturizer on your face. You don't always have to go in primer, but I feel that it's always important to moisturize your face and keep it nice and smooth and soft. Let's see. I have very oily skin, so therefore I stay away from all the stuff that says Lumi or anything like that because it makes me look like a huge grease ball, which I don't like. But you can always mix a little bit of Lumi with a mattifying foundation if you want some of that dewy look. But I don't do that because it's just not what I do, and I just put highlighter on to make myself look nice and glow, as you can tell. But if you want to do that, don't be scared to mix foundations. It's just like mixing eyeshadows or whatever. You can mix foundations all you want. I mix foundations all the time. It's just what I do. And if you don't have, or you don't think you can find your, your skin color, I go based off my neck because my face is always lighter than my neck because I exfoliate every single day. So therefore my neck is what I go based on. And people always say use the back of your wrist. For me, this is so pale that this doesn't match my neck. So therefore I'm going to look super pale. I use really weird right here. I go to the store and I always see what works right here. And I always blend colors together because I feel like there are so many different colors, different undertones, like people have red undertones or yellow undertones. If you want a video that goes more in depth about that, let me know. But yeah, so I just mix a whole lot of foundations. Sorry, I know this is a long intro and I'm kind of rambling, but I'm trying to think what else there is to say. I apologize, I look like a bum because I just don't feel good. I'm getting sick, and so I hope you guys forgive me for looking like a bum. And I'm kind of rambling in this video too. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so I feel the need to talk. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking right now and get right into the video. Bye. Hi my loves, I've already moisturized my face. I use the Cetaphil, just the moisturizer, I want to say. Works great on me. It's for sensitive skin, obviously, and I don't break out from it, so I really like it. Any moisturizer would do. If you have a favorite moisturizer, I would just say just use that one. But if you want to know which one I use the Cetaphil. Works perfect for me. I've already primed my face, and I went in with my Too Faced Hangover RX because this gives me a little extra moisture. Even though I am oily, I do like the way it feels on my skin. Then I went in with 3 primers. Excessive, I know. We all have a problem. Makeup's mine. But I do have very large pores, especially in this area right here, so I go in with both the Smashbox Photo Finish and the Professional by Benefit, and I just mix them together and I put them all over my face. And then on my T-zone, I go in with the Makeup Forever Base Mattifying Primer because this is where I get the most oily, and I find that this works really well in soaking up a lot of that oil. But again, whatever works for you. I do feel that if you have drier skin, which I really wish I had dry skin because you can use a whole lot more variations of foundations. Like you can use a whole lot more Lumi foundations because then you don't look as oily. Like me, I have very oily skin, so therefore all these Lumi stuff that people come out with, I have to be careful because it makes me look like greased chicken and no one wants that. So for my foundations, I actually like to mix my foundations because I do like the coverage of one but the feel of the other. Excessive, obviously I know that, but whatever works for you. I mix these two together. I mix the Maybelline Fit Me in 220 and the Too Faced Born This Way in vanilla. This is a little dark, this is a little light. I mix it together, makes the perfect foundation. So that's what I'm just going to do. I don't have a little mixing pad, so I just put it on the back of my hand. And try not to get too much. You don't need this much, obviously, because... And like one pump should be... This is probably a lot, but... For the sake of showing you guys, I'm just going to show you. And I just mix it on the back of my hand like this. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, Stephanie, that does not match your neck. But it blends in really well, I promise. And then I just go in with my Makeup Geek face buffer brush. And because I like full coverage, but I like to still look natural, I spray my brush with a little Fix Plus. It just shears it out. And then I take a little bit from the back of my hand, not a lot, and I just start buffing it in. I always do downward strokes because you want to go the way your hair grows on your face. If you have hair all over your face, like those little hair particles, you just want to go down, because if you go up, then you're going to catch them and it's going to make it look really funky. I try not to get underneath my eye because when I put my concealer on, I don't want it to be so cakey. So I've learned that if I don't put foundation underneath my eye, it doesn't get as cakey. So it's what works for me. Do whatever works for you. I know it's a rule that you don't put, or you always put liquid on first and then you put powder on, because that's how people become cake face. I do know certain people, especially here on YouTube, that can do it the other way, like Marlena from Makeup Geek. She can do her foundation, set it with powder and all that stuff, and then go back in with liquid concealer, and it works just fine for her. For me, I get really cake face that way, so I choose not to do it. But if you find out that you don't break out from it, or like it doesn't get really cakey on you, then by all means. I really buff around my nose area because I feel this is where I crease the most. Really weird, I know. That and my forehead. I make a lot of facial expressions throughout the day. And make sure you blend it into your neck, because then if you stop right here and it doesn't match, then you have that really harsh line, and yeah, it's not pretty. Some people do their ears. I know Manny does his ears, but I don't like to do my ears. It's just a preference. Sorry, I know it take a while, but I do like to make sure all my foundation is really buffed in, and if I want more coverage, I'll just go in and take some more. But if you want a lot more sheer coverage, you don't have to do this. Alright, that looks good. For concealer, there are so many different types of concealers. But first, what I've learned that I like to do is I like to take an eye primer. Very weird, very excessive, I know. I just take a little dab of it. And I like to put it underneath my eyes because my concealer creases a whole lot, and I have not. I've tried that baking method, I've tried a whole lot of stuff, but I feel like it still kind of creases. So therefore, shadow insurance is supposed to make your eyeshadow not crease, which it doesn't for me, so I started putting it underneath my eyes so my concealer won't crease. Excessive, totally fine. I get it. If you don't want to do it, skip the step. There are many different types of concealers. My favorite, though, at the moment is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin, and then the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. So what I like to do is, I think that the triangle motion works really well for me. Other people don't like it, but I kind of just feather it out. And then I take the Fit Me concealer, and then I just kind of go on the edges a little bit. The Fit Me concealer, I feel like is a lot lighter, so it blends out the edges smoother. And so that's the only reason I like to do it this way. And then I highlight, obviously. And because the Fit Me blends out easier, I use this. Then I go in with my Real Techniques, what is this? Expert Face Brush, and I do the same thing. I like to shear it out, so therefore I spray Fix Plus on it. And I dab. I don't wipe, because wiping's gonna take that product away, and you just want to dab it into your skin. Especially when it comes to right here, I definitely just dab it, and then when I get closer to my eye, I have to do it with my mouth open. Never fails. But I also take this onto my eyelid because this acts like a primer for me, so sometimes I forget to use primer. I already have concealer on, so therefore I don't have to worry about it so much. What a difference that makes. I mean, whew. I'm just going to speed this up because it's the same thing I just did on the other side. I'm just buffing everything into my skin, making sure everything is nice and smooth and I have no harsh lines. When you have that all nice and buffed in, I just take my Real Techniques setting brush and I go in with Laura Mercier. I like to set my concealer right away because I don't want it to crease. So what I do, again, I just go back in and I do one eye at a time. And I go in there and I make sure there are no creases, that everything is buffed out. I take a little bit and I just set it underneath. And same thing on the other side. I'm going to take and wipe away the excess. For me, I like to set my liquid because otherwise, I don't know, for me it just feels really weird. I cannot not set my liquid. So I go in and I set it with the Too Faced Cocoa Powder foundation in light medium. Oh, sorry, right there. And just swirl, and then I tap. I don't wipe, I tap. I want that product to really get in there. And I stay away from underneath my eyes because since I just hit that with, except when I get to my neck, I like to brush it down because there's nothing on there, so I blend it in. I stay away from underneath my eyes because I want that part to stay lighter because that's the whole point of highlighting. And I've already said it anyway, so. My brush hair is coming off. That's all I do for my foundation. It is really simple. I do take a lot of time on my face though because this is what everyone looks at, obviously. So, but I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Alright, my loves, I am back. I did my makeup, and yeah, I will say that foundation is pretty much how you want it to be. You do you, whatever. But these are just some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of doing my makeup. This is what works for me, and I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just leave it down below. I'll answer you. And then I just want to give out an important message. This is my breast cancer awareness look. Ooh, I just got my hair everywhere. Because October is breast breast cancer awareness, and I want to say that this is very important to me because my grandma actually passed away from breast cancer, and I want everyone to be aware of this. And so their color is pink, which I feel is very appropriate, and I love this. It is a very nice soft pink look, which, yeah, I just think everyone should be aware of it. And so, yeah, I think my Aunt Peggy, I know I'm rambling right now, but my Aunt Peggy is a runner, and she is actually running for breast cancer awareness, and I think she is running 60 miles for the whole month of October, like a total of 60 miles, because my grandma passed away when she was 60 years old, and so therefore I think this is a tribute to her, and for every mile she runs, my uncle is going to pay her $1 for it, so, or give $1 to breast cancer awareness. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, that is the end of my spiel. Sorry this was such a long video, because, yeah, just very chatty. I haven't been on for a while, so yeah. Anything you'd like to see next, just leave it down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.